Bismillah wa salatu salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. What a day. Can you close that door?
Yeah.
So it's been a stressful day. Sorry to make you guys wait. Um, we started in isolation day one, and I think this is going to be a daily thing. I thought I'd have a much quieter day today than yesterday or the day before, but I'm afraid that wasn't the case. Um, SubhanAllah, I'm just looking through all these messages that people have sent, and it's quite sad. But anyways, let's begin. We begin in the name of Allah Azza wa Jal. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Sorry, just 1 second. So Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Inna alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nastahdih. ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وبعد. Brothers and sisters, it's a sad time, isn't it? It's quite stressful, it's quite worrying, but you know what? I wanted to start these daily chats, and even on the weekends I want to do this with you guys. So 6 p.m. every day and 1 p.m. on a Saturday or a Sunday. And it's called in isolation because a lot of people are in isolation and a lot of families are already in isolation. Many countries already are. I know some cities, some countries are not in isolation just yet, but they will be sooner or later. I saw some videos from Morocco yesterday, communities coming together from rooftops, from balconies, from streets, and people are avoiding each other because they have to and they're far apart, but at the same time, they're connecting with love and people are connecting with kindness, and there's a lot of goodness out there. And I think this is such an incredible opportunity that everyone is brought down to a humble place. No matter who they are, what country they're from, what race, religion, what skin color, everyone's brought down to a very humble place, isn't it? It's humble all around the world. So if you don't mind, tell me where you're at, by the way. I want this to go global, so hashtag some countries in here and get the word out. Let's have a community. I don't want to be the only one talking as well. You're welcome to call in live. You're welcome to talk to me live if you like. On Instagram and on YouTube, which is shared on Facebook, but there's admins who are monitoring it, so they'll tell me any messages you send and so on and so forth. I'm gonna have a phone from tomorrow onwards. I have a phone number. You guys already have the number. I'll have that with me in case you want to call live, if you just want to chat to me directly, or you can message in the group. We've got someone from Pakistan. Let us know how's it going in Pakistan. I read a lot of news, a lot of information out there, but you know what? We're going to talk about that today. A lot of fake news as well. There is this phenomenon, this sensational phenomenon. I don't know what is going on with people that they want to lie. There is so much fake news, fake videos, things that are taken from 5 years ago, some panic videos, and then text put on top, look what coronavirus is doing, etc. It's just, I want to talk about that as well, the importance of not lying. And as Muslims especially, and there are people out there, there's people out there posting fake news, fake information. There's a sister who was really sick and with coronavirus, and then there was a post which made quite a few of us quite emotional, quite upset. She passed away. We're making dua for her. And then one of the imams, local, who knew them, put up a post and said, I've just confirmed with the family, she's still fighting the virus. She's critically ill. Keep making dua for her, but she hasn't passed away yet. So that kind of news is just unnecessary. Misinformation about the virus itself, what it does. A lot of people posting up, oh, it's just a flu. So many people are fine, and it's absolutely overreacting, and it's scaremongering, and the government's trying to scare you and make you afraid. It's just nonsense. There's so much nonsense out there. Let me just ask, how much is your life worth? You know, how much are your children's lives worth? Not just you, but people you could infect, people could pass the germ on, and other people who are more vulnerable. It's really serious. It's so important that we all keep our distances. I'm in the office, but I'm careful. I came in and I'm in my section and people are in their section, just because some of us can't not come in for certain reasons that help other people. Certain services are serving people that can't stop. the medical services, emergency services, educational services, health aid, and people's lifeline. A lot out there that require people to still be on the roads. And I think eventually we're probably going to have a lockdown here in the UK as well, a complete lockdown. But right now, we're in a state of a type of emergency where people initially are just taking it too lightly. They're not giving it enough attention. But what I wanted to say, more importantly than just that, is about the fake news, but also about what an opportunity we have to be not just honest with each other and have honest news and honest information, but an opportunity to connect with our neighbors. I'm going to say this every single day, so I want you guys to take notes. Get a piece of paper and pen and write across the top door number, name, phone number, and then go door to door. The Prophet ﷺ said, I'm not saying get socially engaged and whatnot. Keep your distance from the door, but just knock and say, I'm your neighbor at number so-and-so, and I'm here to check on you. How are you doing? I'm just down the road. Let's stay in touch. Here's my phone number. Here's a piece of paper. You can prepare a card or something. Here's my number if you need to reach me. Here's my email address if you need to reach me. Show love and affection. Show that you care to your neighbors, because, subhanAllah, this is the time to do it. There's so much resentment made between people. There's so much polarizations between cultures, Muslims, Hindus, Christians, Jews, atheists, etc. People have different beliefs in different cultures, and there's so much resentment over the past 20 years, 30 years. There's so much hatred between different cultures because of political situations, because of football even, I don't know, whatever the reason. This is an opportunity because everyone is kind of flatlined into a humble place. Nobody can be arrogant in this situation except stupid, foolish people. You can't be arrogant in this situation. It has humbled everybody. So all that hatred over the past 20 years between different cultures and societies, it's calmed down drastically. It's brought us to a place where people can now relate to each other. People can feel other people's pain. Everyone has children. Everyone has parents. Everyone has elderly. Everyone has friends and family who are ill or who are going to fall ill, etc. Everyone is affected by the lockdowns in many countries. So this is an opportunity for us to really reach out and try to connect with our neighbors. So have a piece of paper, go door to door, take people's numbers, and then daily call them. And if you want to know how many doors you should go to as a Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said to us that Gabriel, the Archangel Gabriel, came to me and told me about the rights of our neighbors. And he kept on and on about the rights of our neighbors. And he kept on and on about the rights of our neighbors. So much so that I thought any minute he was going to say, and they can inherit your inheritance when you die. Meaning that's how many rights they have. So someone asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they asked him, O Messenger of God, how many doors are our neighbors? Who are our neighbors? And he said, they are 40 houses in every direction from your house. 40 houses in every direction from your house. There are Muslims, non-Muslims, they have rights over you. Non-Muslims will meet Allah on the Day of Judgment and say, there was a Muslim there. Never said hi to me, never spoke to me. There was a Muslim there that I never connected with, etc. That is an amana. We're going to be questioned on the Day of Judgment. So this is an opportunity for Muslims to mobilize. There's so many brothers and sisters already mobilized, involved in the health services, emergency services, but also brothers and sisters who are just going door to door, delivering food, delivering basic needs that people need. And that is spectacular. That is beautiful. There are so many people that are going door to door and helping out their neighbors and helping people who are sick or people who are vulnerable. That's what we need to do right now. Everyone needs to take care of each other. But obviously, if you're vulnerable, you should not be going out. You should sit in isolation and be patient, inshallah. So this is a very big time. This is a major time for us to be patient. It's a major situation that we all have to be patient. And there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He said, those who are afflicted by plague, they sit in their town and they are patient and they wait. And if they are afflicted and they are caused death, they will die the death of a martyr, a shaheed. So those who are afflicted by plague, they don't whine and complain and get upset towards God or anyone, and they patiently wait. And if the plague affects them and they die, then they will be a shaheed. Now there is a different narration to this and how it's related, and the ulama after the tabi'in who gave tafsir of this. I have to think of who it was. I'll look it up for you. But there's a tafsir of this hadith that explains that this also relates to people who did not die, people who were in the plague and they were patient and they were patient through it. They didn't leave their town. They didn't afflict other people with the illness. They didn't pass it on. They were patient and they stayed put. They also receive the status of a martyr even though they didn't die. And we pray to Allah that this happens for us. I will check the narration and its authenticity, and I'll tell you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'll tell you the details of that. But I read that the other day and I was so touched that this is an opportunity for those who pass away to grant shahada, and those who survive and don't pass away to achieve a status of a martyr. I don't feel worthy, and I'm sure you probably don't as well. We're humbled by that, but I'll check how true that is, and I'll give you the validity of that. But I couldn't wait to share that news with you guys. When I was reading up the hadith, there's different verses on hadith talking about plagues, and that you should not leave your town, you should not travel to other towns, you should not take the plague with you. If you are afflicted in your town, you should stay put and be patient. So there's a lot of sawab here, a lot of thawab, a lot of rewards, a lot of ajr, hasanat, that listening, obeying the Prophet ﷺ and not leaving, but also obeying Allah Azza wa Jal, first and foremost, obeying the Messenger and the Sunnah, and then implementing and sitting put, staying put, and not spreading it. So while we are sitting put, we are all online, we have social media, we have mobile phones, we have all kinds of things. So this is a great time for us to socially connect with our neighbors, pick up the phone daily. You have a list that you will make of all the names and phone numbers and door numbers and family members' names. So you can call and say, how's Sarah? How's John? How's the dog? Do you need anything? We have networks. There's brothers from Serving Humanity. He should be online here watching as well. Anyone who wants to come on live with me, please do call. Use the connection button. I don't know if you know how to use it. I'm still learning these Instagram and YouTube things. But you're welcome to join me if you have anything to say. You want to share anything, put up a post, say what country you're in, what city you're in. You want to share any experiences you've had. SubhanAllah, this is a time for us to connect. It's not just for us to connect. I'm waiting to pull in anyone who's afflicted already, people who are at homes, who are not able to go out. Now you have somewhere to interact with us and other people. We can interact with each other. We can share our grievances. We can share our pains. We can empathize. We can sympathize. We can find solutions, maybe even help each other where we may need. Maybe we can reach out to people we know, contacts here, give each other advice. This is a great opportunity for us to connect. Yes, this is daily. I'm going to do this 6 p.m. this time every day, and 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. I'm in the UK, by the way, so that's UK time. So I'm going to do this every day, inshallah, daily. I want to be connected to people who are in isolation. I'll do some random live posts as well. Randomly, I'll go live here and there as well. When I meet people and I see people and I see a situation, I'll share with you, inshallah. And I think that's what this time is for. This time is to reflect upon God and share our personal experiences. So I'm going to share one with you now. One I had last night. So I'm putting my little one to bed. Okay, he's adorable. He's 7, and I'm putting him to bed. And he's always saying, "I want family time, family time, family time." It's like, I don't want to go to bed alone. Can you come with me, please? Come with me to bed. And so what we do, we stay up late. So I said, okay, I'll try. And eventually I felt bad. I looked at him and I thought, what if we don't live through this? And I'll always regret. He'll always remember I didn't go to bed. So I went up with him and I went to bed with him, and I thought, how can I, oh sorry, let me disconnect Wi-Fi. I'm told the connection's not so great. Okay, I've just taken Wi-Fi off this phone. I don't know if I can pause this. Abdurrahman, if you come back, you can take it off Wi-Fi and put it on 4G. Maybe that'll be better network. Tell me if this connection on Instagram is okay. Is it clear for you guys on Instagram? So where was I? So he said, can you come to bed with me, Daddy, please? And I said, okay. I went to bed with him, and I thought he'll fall asleep and I'll sneak away. Lay down with him, and he's holding me, and my other son's on the other side, and they're just holding onto my arms. And I just felt so much love, and subhanallah, and I just laid there with them. And then finally, eventually, I thought they fell asleep, and I kind of got up to slowly walk away. And every day he's saying, please come to bed with me, please come back to bed with me. So as I started to walk away, he started shaking. He said, no, come back, come back, come back. He wasn't asleep. fully, but he was in his sleep, and I lay down with him again, and then any smallest movement of my hand, he would grab on tighter, he would grab on tighter. And all I could think about was only parents know how that feels. Only parents know how it feels to be so sad to think one day your child will want you, need you, want some comfort from you, and you can't be there for them. And I know a lot of people out there, their moms and dads have passed away, and they wish their mom was there, they wish their dad was there, and they're not there. Well, you know what? I kind of understand your parents must have felt before dying as well, because you want to be there for your kids. And I was sharing of my with a brother here earlier, and I said to him, I said, you know what, this is an interesting situation, because this is what happened last night. And I made dua to Allah that, just give me some more time. My kids are growing up, they need me. And this is what every parent is doing. Every parent is feeling the pain and worry. I think there's someone calling from downstairs, so I may get interrupted in a minute. So giving you a heads up warning. Let's see. So anyway, so in the end, I came downstairs and he was fine, alhamdulillah. He fell asleep eventually, and it's just like that. It's moments like that. You're welcome to share your stories as well. I've got loads of stories like that that made me emotional, made me a bit teary-eyed, thinking, subhanAllah, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen the next day, and you don't want to regret. Children, on the other hand, is a bigger fitna altogether. There's this sister who is in hospital, who is a nurse. You've seen her on the news. We should make dua for her. I know someone put up some fake news saying she passed away this morning. Very sad. Everyone started praying for her, and felt that felt very sad for her that she passed away. But then I got a post from one of the imams in the area who confirmed with the family she's alive and still fighting the illness. So it's important not to put out fake information. And when you do see information and you feel quite excited about it, check first. Check with somebody. Don't just assume this is it for us to send out, because you don't know if it's real. A lot of fake information out there, a lot of fake information out there. My little girl. So there's my eldest daughter, for example. My eldest daughter, sorry, what happened? Yeah, you snuck out to buy her chocolates, mashallah. May Allah bless you. May Allah reward you for that. I had a lecture yesterday on YouTube. You can find it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Al Fitra Academy. So youtube.com/Al Fitra Academy. And yesterday's lecture is posted up there on the importance of the status of our mother. And it was all about that. So may Allah reward you for going to get her some chocolate. And if anyone wants to call in live, you're welcome to call in on Instagram, inshallah. I'll add you so we can discuss this. Anyone want to share a story, an experience with your neighbors, anyone you know who's gotten sick with coronavirus, invite them, send the links to them. A lot of people who are ill are finding spirituality, and they're worried about belief, because all their life they chose not to believe in God, or they don't believe in God. I think majority of people do. They just don't accept religions, or they are upset with man's lies and man's manipulations, using religion as a tool or as a money-making thing, etc. So it is an interesting opportunity for all of us to do something amazing for all our neighbors and friends. So having said that, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hey, buddy.
Joe?
Yeah.
Right, they're still
You're right.
ringing.
Sorry, say again?
What time are you here till? 'Cause
I'm here late. I'm gonna wait till you're done.
you need to go before you go. innit?
Yeah, no. I'll wait till you guys leave.
Yeah, we'll be gone. Well, I'll ring you.
Okay. Ring me up and go downstairs, yeah?
Yeah, no worries. Well, I've took one pallet round already,
Yeah.
so we're just waiting probably the last 150, 120.
Fantastic.
Right.
Okay, cool, babe. Rahman, come here. Are you busy there? You have another phone? I'm ringing back. Bring him my laptop. I'm talking to my, talking to these messages as well. I need to know what's on there. Sorry guys, I am back. Duty calls. Yeah, I have to be on backup in case they need me downstairs. So anyway, so alhamdulillah, what was I saying? Anyone remember? Anyone listening? Quite emotional today, subhanAllah. I've had an emotional day. So after yesterday, something else happened. After yesterday's lecture, we finished at about 3, I think. So we had a good 2-hour session. We had the lecture, and then we had question and answer that lasted quite a while. There's a sister who sent a question that I'm going to try to send an answer to. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So something emotional happened. I think it was about an hour after I finished the lecture. Thanks, buddy. About an hour after I finished the lecture, I got a little ill. I got really dizzy. Got really dizzy. It's strange. None. It didn't feel like symptoms of corona, but didn't know what corona's like. Never had it before. So I got really dizzy. Felt really ill, and then all of a sudden started to vomit a bit. And I thought maybe it was just evil eye in the end. I think it was just some kind of ayn or something happened because we had an amazing session yesterday for 2 hours on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. Loads of WhatsApp questions. Some of them I didn't get back to. I will get back to you. I promise. I will send a voice note on WhatsApp back to you because I couldn't. One or two questions were too delicate and they needed a proper response. So if I haven't responded to you, it's because I'm thinking about it. Some of those were really tough questions yesterday, inshallah. But so I got really sick, and I thought, what if this is it? And then I started worrying about my family, and I'm thinking, some of us could be carrying this virus already, wouldn't know. It's quite scary, guys. It's quite scary to think if you have a lot of responsibilities. I got this young guy working with me named, I don't want to say his name, but this young guy that's working with me, really wonderful, wonderful person. And he's like, oh, whatever happens, man, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. And it's just, I know there's a lot of toughness in people like that, but it's maybe because you don't have children or you don't have a lot of family or a lot of people that are relying on you. That's the bigger responsibility. That's the bigger pain. When you have people relying on you and counting on you, you want more time. So this is a great time to reflect, do dawah to our neighbors, apologize to people we've upset, pay off debts. SubhanAllah, let me give you a scenario. Let me give you an example. A person gets cancer. There's loads of stories about cancer patients. May Allah bless them. There's a lot of stories of cancer patients who, when they get cancer, they find God, they find religion, they find truth, and they start getting spiritual. And what they do is they reflect upon life. They're given a time, so they feel like, cancer opened my eyes that I have a certain amount of time left, so I'm not living forever. So I will reflect on what I have to do. I need to make up with my friends. I need to apologize to people, etc. Well, it's like that. Some people die of cancer, and some people go into remission. Some people survive it, but the rest of their life they're worried. So they're one foot this way, that way. But they're always reflecting on God and spirituality and making sure they don't harm anyone. They're conscious, they're aware, they have taqwa. That's what I see this opportunity as for you and me. This is an opportunity for us to have clear conscience that if it is me, if I go, if my mom goes, if my dad goes, if my siblings go, if my neighbors go, have I fulfilled their rights? Have I done my bit? So if you have people upset with you, have I apologized? How about family members that you have severed ties with? This is a time to mend ties. So you need to break that pride, that arrogance that keeps you apart, and apologize and say sorry and make up and reconnect. If there's a neighbor that you've had problems with, well, this is a time to make up with that neighbor. If you have relatives that did you wrong, it's time to forgive them. You do know when you meet Allah Azza wa Jal, when you meet your Lord on the day of judgment, when you meet your Maker, you will say, forgive me, give me mercy. And Allah is going to say, but you wouldn't show mercy. You wouldn't forgive people. You wouldn't forgive others. So why should I forgive you? So we need to reflect upon that. We need to think about how do we apologize, how do we make up, etc., so on and so forth. I really appreciate you mentioning that in regards to Maghrib. I'm going to take a break, but I'll leave the live broadcast going. So if you guys don't mind, come back in 10 minutes. I'm going to quickly make my wudu. I'll come in and pray salah, and then inshallah we'll continue. So if anyone else wants from another country wants to go live, you can. I didn't realize from 6 p.m. it would go straight into Maghrib time. I think we didn't schedule that. Tomorrow we'll have, tomorrow onwards, we're going to have a little break from Maghrib, our prayer time, 5 minutes inshallah, or 10 minutes, and then we'll continue. So I'll just take a quick break. I'll be right back inshallah. downstairs in about half an hour, 15 minutes. So just pray here.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر. رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. Allahu Akbar. Allahu liman hamida. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. That was a bit awkward. I didn't realize he was going to be here so late. Right. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry to make you guys wait. Jazakumullah khair for waiting, regardless. Okay, let's see. Have I missed anything? Wow, did you just say that? I don't know how this chat works, but I think they're going to send me the messages if you have any questions. If anyone's already got questions, let's see. All right, so somebody told me the sound was a bit weak. How's that? Is that any better? On YouTube especially, I don't know how you can message me back on YouTube. I think there's a chat on YouTube. Is there a chat there? I don't see the chat. Someone's got to show me the chat. Let's see if that's a little bit better. There's a big light there. Okay, so we're gonna have to make do with this, guys. Sorry. Tomorrow I'll make it much better, inshallah. Somehow, I don't know how yet. There we go. Messed that up. Wow, this book just didn't move. There you go. Hopefully that'll be better. Okay, that's a lot better, inshallah, I hope. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound is okay? So where were we? Where did we leave off? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So may Allah Azza wa Jal bless you all for waiting and being patient. Let's carry on. So I want to do this daily. My idea with this was that there's people out there who feel alone and who feel sad. I think online it just makes it easier, but a lot of them aren't even online, so maybe send a message to them. You have these friends, you know who they are, that maybe they're shy, or they have maybe they have internet access and you can help them get online. Give them the link. The Instagram is where it's easiest. You can call in live. I've got to figure out how to do this on Facebook. Sorry, it went quiet earlier because obviously we broke the salah, so let's see if this is any better. So yeah, so anyway, so alhamdulillah, I think the link is there. I have a WhatsApp group where I'll keep sending updates to, so there's a WhatsApp group as well. So if you could just, there you go. I don't know, maybe it's this phone, so tomorrow we'll just get a different device, or maybe a microphone linked up or something. This is our first day, so let's see how this goes. Did I just change the camera? How do I change that back? Good Lord, how did I do that? Sorry. So, yeah, anyways, we're just gonna have to make do. You guys gotta stop distracting me with these something's wrong questions. Goes from loud to quiet, I put Alexa. Okay, so I'll just speak really closely to this camera and let's see if this gets any better, inshallah. I'm really sorry if it's not. But okay, so the reason why I want to do this is because there's a lot of people out there in a lot of pain. There's a lot of people who are sad, who are depressed, and it's a great time to come together. And if there's anybody you know who doesn't really have a religion, and so to speak, this isn't for just Muslims or people of religion. This is for everybody. If you know anyone who can connect with us, give them this. They have a place to talk to someone. I want to be here for everybody daily. My kids will probably join me eventually in the evenings when I go on lockdown. If it does happen where I'm locked down as well, I have a lot of responsibility, so I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, alhamdulillah, we'll have to do the best we can online. But anyway, so let's see. Let me put this over here so I can see your messages. Okay, now I can see your messages. If there are any questions, inshallah, I can try to answer them. Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. So please do subscribe to the channel so you'll be updated. As soon as I come on live, you'll know. It'll send you a notification, and inshallah, you know, I want you to share your stories with me. You can send me WhatsApp messages, you can send me emails, you can send a message to my Facebook, my WhatsApp, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. I will respond to you as soon as I can, inshallah. If you have anything private you want to ask, send it in the WhatsApp group, inshallah, and I'll do the best I can, inshallah. Also, you know what? This is a great time to really reflect on yourself. Create yourself a course, maybe something you wanted to do for a long time. Maybe you wanted to learn Excel. I did actually. I want to learn Excel a little bit better. I'm head of IT and I do a lot of IT work for nearly 30 years, but I never bothered with Excel. I just use it for basic spreadsheets. But I do think Excel would be important. Okay, enough about Excel. What do you want to do? So if there's something you've always wanted to do, there's tons of online courses you could do today. You could make a plan with your kids. This is a great time to do things with children. I know a lot of moms are putting crazy YouTube videos out there saying how upset they are that they have to teach their kids at home. SubhanAllah, this is such a golden opportunity. Check what it's like to teach your kids yourself. You don't need to follow the exact methodology they do in this institutional schooling. As Mark Twain beautifully put it, he said, don't let your schooling affect your education. Allahu Akbar, there's so much to learn outside of a building or a school. There's so much you can benefit outside of that. Let me see what network I'm on. Let me get onto this one. That one's a bit fuzzy. So anyway, so yeah, there's an opportunity to really connect with your children. It's an opportunity to teach them in a different way, a different light. They have questions. And most important to the kids, they don't even know you're doing it. To the kids, they're just excited. The kids are just excited they can learn from you. Their kids are excited that you're spending time with them. So that's what it is. Hang on, guys. I don't know why this sounded. Okay, let's try again. I've had to disconnect. Let's see if that improves. Tell me if this gets any better in the next 3-4 minutes. Don't just all of a sudden tell me, no, it stinks, it's horrible. So this is the YouTube channel I think people are complaining about. Let's see if this improves, inshallah. Okay, so where was I? I was saying that this is an opportunity for your kids to really enjoy their time with you. When I was a kid, subhanAllah, the times my parents spent with me, I don't remember what it was for. Okay, it was a holiday or a vacation or a road trip, but it was time they spent with me. That's all I cared about. They had time to spend with me. They had time to enjoy it with me. That's what I love the most about them. And I remember those moments where they're memories from childhood. They shape you in your future. Moving on. So there's a couple of families that are struggling now. I know there's a few families. There's a lot out there, but there's also a couple that I know of. And they ask about how do I connect with my kids? How do I make my kids communicate with me, my husband and I, my wife and I? And I realize something that's the same amongst all of them. They have had so much time apart in the regular institutional education or institution of work and school and the rat race of going back and forth. There's so much of that they've kind of missed out. They actually don't know. They actually don't know how to communicate with each other at home. And don't be shy to realize you don't know how to talk to your kids. Don't be embarrassed by it. Don't be ashamed of it. In fact, if you ignore it, that's what you should be ashamed of. If you pretend nothing's wrong, tough love in your house. Everyone's being rude to each other, but they love each other. Everyone's horrible to each other, but they love each other. Everyone's rough and tough and not really hugging, not really showing affection, but they love each other. This shows that you have a dysfunction in your family. There's a problem there. TV culture, movie culture, music culture educates you and your family in how you should be and how you should behave to each other. And Islam teaches you a very different way of behaving, a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of affection. So this is a great time to improve on family relations, whether it's with your parents, whether with your children. And by the way, you don't have to be in front of them. You're on lockdown. You pick up your phone, you make phone calls, you do video calls, you do it on a daily basis. Many people say, I've seen loads of Sky commercials and Virgin commercials and other commercials, and they're trying to get you to sit on your sofa and veg out in this time. Don't do that, subhanAllah. If you can, really just limit your TV just to news, and be careful. Don't let your television take over this amazing opportunity you have to rediscover yourself, your faith, your children, your communication at home, to rediscover how you should be with your neighbors. You have an opportunity to reinvent yourself in the next 12 weeks. This is an opportunity for you to really make a difference in yourself and your character and your life and your relationship with God and your relationship with your neighbors, all of that. So don't let it go away. Just don't avoid it. Don't ignore it. That's really important. I don't know where this went. It must be here. There it is. So I'm going to read the questions and comments if you have any. A lot of dua. Yep, the volume keeps going quiet. Sorry. Can anyone tell me is it improved? Because I have put it on 4G and I hope it improves now. That's that. And then let me check the WhatsApp messages. And like I said, I may not be able to get back to you immediately, but I will get back to you soon. So what I can answer today, what I can address today, I will. And anything I don't, I will address it later, inshallah. I promise. I will come back to you. Okay, so okay, how's the sound? Was that okay? Is the sound problem still happening? I thought it would have improved by now. I really don't know what to tell you. So I'll try to get a different device tomorrow. I do apologize. What is the situation on Instagram? Is the quality any good on Instagram, or is that not good either? So I'll have to reflect. I think what I might do is wrap up a little bit soon today, and maybe tomorrow we can have a different device. It's better. Okay, I think that's just the networks, because everywhere, even today when I was traveling into work, I noticed that my sat nav was not that great. The satellite navigation was not that great. It was really difficult. The satellite navigation was I think Instagram has had the best response, by the way, guys. YouTube is really struggling. I really don't know why. So we'll have to look at that. I think there's a paid subscription. Abdurrahman, if you can look into that, I think you can pay YouTube and maybe they'll give you a better feed or something. It is what it is. But yeah, when I was driving into work the past few days, it's been really horrible. Just GPS even. So I think there is an issue with the networks. Let's see. Okay, so I got a message here. Let's see what he's saying. Someone's asked a question. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Someone's asking, is the coronavirus a wake-up call to the world, or is it a punishment? Please, can you clarify on this matter, as I have heard many rumors about this. Well, Islamically, and in many other religions, obviously all religions at some point came from some prophet of God that goes back to the original source, which is God. But it's just people of those religions changed it and altered the religions and divided people. But ultimately, we actually should be on one faith, one true religion to God. Having said that, they all agree, all the main books of monotheism, they all have references to catastrophes and disasters and earthquakes and things like that, especially plagues, that it is definitely a punishment from God to the people who do evil. SubhanAllah, if anyone says, oh, how can God? No. How can man do the evil that man has been doing just this past 100 years? Just in my lifetime alone, it's more than all of history's evils put together. Just in my lifetime alone, I can see so much evil in the world. So everyone's ready to say, how can God? No, how can man do what he's doing? Destroying the earth. Forget about just people's lives and wars and famine and greed. SubhanAllah, just look at the situation with the coronavirus, all the grocery stores. No one cares if people have food or not. They're stripping the shelves. I don't believe that's totally true. I think some of that is accidental. But there are some people who are quite greedy and they're taking advantage of people's weaknesses. So I wanted to say that, yeah, it is a punishment from Allah. And Allah says in Surah Al-Mursalat about the storms and natural disasters, they are udran aw nudra. They are either a justification, meaning punishment, or it is a reminder for the believers to be patient. As I mentioned earlier, that the verse about the plague that hits a town and the people remain patient and they stay in their place and they don't go to other places, they don't infect other people. So the hadith says, if you get the plague in your town, do not leave your town. And if you are patient and you don't complain and you are patient and you endure, then you are afflicted and you die, you will receive the death of a martyr, a shaheed. You will receive the death of a martyr. And if you are Mufassirin say later that this hadith also applies to people who don't die. The hadith is specifically to people who are afflicted. So even if you don't die and you were patient with the affliction, you were patient during the time of plague and you did not travel out of your city, then you also receive the status of martyrdom for that patience. So the rewards from God is massive for those who are believers and who are righteous, but for the evil people, indeed, the viruses and these calamities are indeed a punishment from God. And when atheists, agnostics want to argue this and say, what kind of God? I say, what kind of man? What kind of people? That God has to do that he gets to the point where God responds. Subhanallah, all praise be to God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is full of mercy. He does not want to punish people. But when he punishes a people, he doesn't choose a person. Everyone gets hit, the good and the bad. And when that happens, Allah advises the good religious people, be patient. You had this coming. As a people, as a community, as a society, they had this coming. Because you need to change and reflect. Now, this calamity is not that bad yet. I mean, it is bad, but we have an opportunity to change ourselves. We have an opportunity to change humanity. We have an opportunity to change around the world. Every country, everywhere in the world has come to a level playing field. This is incredible. It is unprecedented. It's never happened in the history of the world that I can think of. That every country around the globe right now are thinking about the same thing. And many people are either thinking about religion and other people are thinking about how do we change the world? How do we change people's behaviors? They're both good things. Do you see? It's an opportunity to connect people of all religions and faiths. And how about hatred? And how about people full of hatred and racism or bigotry? This is an opportunity for them also to reflect upon themselves. That this coronavirus does not care if you're Muslim or Hindu or Christian or Jew. And when an earthquake hits, it's the same. It's an opportunity for people to just reflect and calm down and think of humanity and think about doing the best thing you can for yourself and other people, inshallah. So this is why I think it's important for us to reflect upon ourselves. And that's a good question. So Brother Hasib sent that question about, is it a virus and is a wake-up call? Is this virus a punishment and a wake-up call? It is a wake-up call. It is a warning. It is something that the whole world needs to reflect upon now. I don't understand the question, Jamil John. I think he just joined. And what did he say? He asked a question about a meteor. Why is the asteroid going to hit? I am very confused by that question, so I'm just going to leave it to you explain it a little bit better. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all for joining and thank you for your salams. You feel Allah is angry with us. Okay. So this is important. Be patient, okay? If Allah is angry with you, with people, that is the end. You see? If Allah's anger falls upon us, that is the end of anything, and there is no more chances, there is no more opportunities. So let us reflect upon what Allah says. I am to my believer whatever he expects of me. And I expect from my Lord mercy, kindness, compassion, generosity, love, affection, sustenance, risk, provisions, cures from illnesses, health, all kinds of good things. And therefore, he is not angry. Therefore, he is not angry. But on the day of judgment, then his anger will come. And he will take all the good people away first, and then he will allow his anger. Someone wants to ask a scholar, what is hellfire? What is hell? And he said, it is the removal of Allah's mercy. So when his mercy is gone, you only have his anger and his wrath. So right now, these things of punishment and disasters, they are all a reminder because you're not dead yet. Your Lord has not killed you. And for Allah, he does not need a Be and it is. He just wills it and you die. Many people have just stopped breathing and fallen over and died. The angel of death taps and they're gone. So he is not in need of this. The purpose of these disasters are a wake-up call, a reminder, and justification, and cleansing, and purifying from evil things, and so on and so forth. So I don't believe Allah is angry with us. I believe Allah is merciful that He still lets us live and lets us see this opportunity to make a difference. And as Adam alayhi salam, as the first man on earth, Adam was created, all of the children of Adam stood and he saw all of his progeny that was going to come in the future. And he asked God, he asked Allah, of my progeny I noticed some were well off, healthy, good. Others were not so. Why were they different? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the weaknesses and the difficulties some people have, that's a test for them, like a handicap or a disability, etc. But the people who are tested with that hardship, those people, for the people who are not in a hardship, they are a test for you. So how will you behave with people who need your help? How will you respond? How will you interact? So in a nutshell, I don't believe God is angry with us. That's a really good point you raised, that I believe could it be that Allah is angry? No. When Allah is angry, then all devastation occurs. But it is a wake-up call, because one of the people that Allah, one of the people, the tribe of people that God destroyed, like Sodom and Gomorrah and others, when God destroyed the people, this one people He sent the angel to destroy, when He came to the Qawm, he returned to his Lord, the angel, and he said, "Oh my Lord, there is a servant of yours that is in that town, that is still praying, that is worshiping you." Meaning, you want me to destroy this town of evil people, but there is a good person amongst them. And Allah said, destroy him first. I did not guide him and give him faith so that he can selfishly keep it to himself. It was so that he would share and invite others to goodness. So here is an opportunity for us to realize that just because you have God in your life and you're happy and you're content, you're not allowed to keep it to yourself. You need to grab a notebook. I lost my pen somewhere. You need to grab a notebook, grab a pen. You need to go door to door. How many doors? Which doors your neighbor has rights over you? The Prophet ﷺ said, 40 houses in every direction from your house. Go knock on the doors. Say, I'm just your neighbor, live at number so and so. I just want to say hi and how you're doing. We've lived here for years and we never met, etc. But now it's a really difficult situation, and I want to know all my neighbors. I want to know everyone is okay. So I'd like to make a list of numbers, and I want to call daily or every other day. If you need anything, you can call me. If I need you to ask and check on you, I will call you. Let me just take numbers, and I'll give you my number, and then make that list. And every single day or every other day, call and say, how's Sarah? How's Lucy? How's Mariam? How's Aisha? How's Joe? Etc. Ask these questions so that you can help them, and they can help you. And when all of this is over, when this corona thing is over, we can have millions of Muslims around the world doing incredible deeds like they've always done. But now people will hate you less. There's so much media Islamophobia that's making people think Muslims are worse and horrible people. It's our opportunity to show them the true face of Islam in this beautiful way. As the Prophet ﷺ said, when you call the people, call them with a beautiful smile, call them with goodness. A question: if there is a group of people dead, do you do janazah one by one, or one janazah that suffices for all of them? Throughout history, this is an interesting question. Throughout history, when a group of people have died, and it's a large group of people, sometimes even in your local masjid, there will be 2 or 3 people that have passed away. They will bring all the bodies, the 2 or 3 bodies in the front, and they will do one single janazah for all of them. So this is an interesting question. So that if you do have a lot of people that have passed away, then you can do one funeral prayer for all the bodies in one go. Allah knows best. Another question is, how do you do sujood as-sahw? So if you are praying, like I was praying earlier, if you are praying and you make a mistake in your prayer, like a physical one where you bow but you shouldn't have bowed, or you stand up for an extra section and you shouldn't have, or you missed a section, etc., then what you do is, when you finish your tashahhud, you're sitting down with your finger lifted. When you finish your tashahhud sitting, when you're saying salams, then you say one salam and then say Allahu Akbar and go into sajda again. And you go into prostration again, and you sit up, and again a second time, and you get up, and then you finish your tashahud, and you say salams, and it's over. And Allah knows best. So Allah bless you guys. I think Instagram is about to disconnect. Do you guys have questions? Because if it disconnects in about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will restart a live video so you can ask questions, or we can wait till tomorrow. So you tell me what you'd like me to do. I can come back, or we can wrap it and call it a day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow evening. So daily, in isolation, no one has to feel like they're alone. Let's have our own online digital community every single day, 6 p.m. UK time, every Saturday and Sunday, 1 p.m. UK time. And I might randomly come on live at other times as well. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Al-Fitrah Academy. Someone please type that. ALFITRAH Academy on YouTube. And on Instagram, it's my name, Jalal_Muhabbat. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook as well. You can find me on Facebook. I have a page. It's Jalal ibn Saeed. So anyways, let's see. There's one last question and we'll start. We'll finish up. We'll wrap up. So what would you like us to do? Only if you have time. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up today. We'll do it tomorrow. I think we had some technical issues with the video and audio. I don't know if it's improved or not, but we'll run some better tests and we'll make sure we're better ready for you tomorrow, inshallah. How do you do the qunut before ruku' and or rather than after? This is a fiqh issue, and I don't want to get into fiqh right now, but I appreciate you asking a question. Is animal saliva impure? I believe cats have quite a strong saliva that cleans, but dog saliva is very impure, and others as well. Anyway, so those of you on Instagram, that's the end of Instagram. Let's go one more time so we can. Okay, so YouTubers, you're still there. Everyone else has disconnected because the time ran out on that schedule. But I've come back now, guys. So just a quick salams. The live feed did finish automatically. I didn't get to say goodbye. So I just wanted to say, I love you for the sake of Allah. Pray for each other. Be out, look out for each other. Get your notebook, go door to door, and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Every day, get a few more neighbors' phone numbers. Check on them, see how they're doing. And also, when we come on live, you can tell me how many neighbors did you get tomorrow. So tomorrow evening, say I got 30, I got 10, I got 20. Let's have a little competition because we got to do 40 houses in every direction. We have to go say hi. We have to let our neighbors know who we are. We have to connect. And before it's complete lockdown where you can't even leave your house, you still got a little bit of opportunity to get people's numbers, check on them. Because I'm saying this because I had a neighbor named Jack and he passed away. I never properly spoke to him, and forever it will haunt me, because when he meets Allah, he will say, there was Jalal, my neighbor, and I never properly spoke to him. So Allah forgive me and forgive us all. May Allah bless you all and keep you safe. Stay safe. Coronavirus is a serious thing, so please, please take it seriously and beware of your surroundings. Beware of who's around you. Wash your hands regularly. Black seed oil and honey is extremely helpful. I know that there's some medication that's being developed right now. There's a medicine being developed right now, and they have a certain derivative of a certain chemical that is taken from black seed oil. So there are some things that you can do, like if you start having respiratory problems, you start having pains, get a bowl of hot water, put some black seed oil in it, and breathe it in. Apparently it helps a lot with respiratory. Taking a spoon of honey with black pepper, a spoon of black seed as well. These things are very healthy, very important. Take your calcium tablets, vitamin C tablets. Sorry, take your vitamin tablets. Keep your immune system strong. And I pray for you guys, pray for me, and I will see you guys again tomorrow evening, inshallah. Fi amanillah, love you for the sake of Allah. Please, please, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram and connect with me on Facebook. Inshallah, I'll do this daily. See you guys tomorrow. Keep me and my family in your prayers. A lot of love. Jalal ibn Saeed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.